Recording हो रही है बोलिए।
Dear students, good afternoon. Uh, in the series of problematic soils and their management, today I will discuss about the control and management of the polluted soils. I have outlined the lecture in different subheads, that is objective, introduction, definition of polluted soils, kind of polluted soils, source of polluted soils, effect of polluted soils, control and management of polluted soil, conclusion, learning outcome and references. I will continue my lecture step by step as per the outline. The objective of today's talk is to introduce the students about polluted soils and their control management. You know, the agriculture activities involve addition of nutrients, pesticides and sediments of soils. On the other hand, industries and urbanization pollute the soil with soil waste, heavy metals, solvent and several organic and inorganic waste. In growing population at global and country level is increasing amount of water and produce, and most often soil is a medium for the disposal of the waste. In order to intensive agriculture, large amount of fertilizer, pesticide, chemicals are used to kill insect, fungi, nematodes and weeds. The amount of agrochemicals applied to plants of soil are directly toxic, not directly toxic to human being and animals, but are fatal to insect, fungi, nematodes and weeds. The soil is primary recipient of these chemicals, enter the soils and become of the part of the food chain, which affect the harms of the life of including man and animal. Now, as for the definition of the pollution soil, it can be defined that any addition to soil of substances that may exert this adverse effect on the functioning can be uh, defined as soil contamination. Since soil possesses buffering capacity, in usually take some time for the negative effect to become visible, and then the soil can be considered as polluted soils. There are different types of pollutants. First, according to biodegradable pollutants, the pollutants which are not decomposed by the microorganism, they are known as biodegradable pollutants. And this is finally deposited in the environment, such as waste material like clothes, papers, wood, domestic sewage. Non-biodegradable pollution, the pollutants which are decomposed by microorganisms in very small amount and deposited in environment, such as DDT, plastic, arsenic, phenol, aluminum, iron, mercury, lead. And second is now existing on the basis of the existing nature of the pollutants. It can be divided into two parts. The quantity, such pollutants are usually available in environment when amount of concentration of their pollutant is increased. Then critical limit, then they act as a pollutant such as carbon dioxide, nitrous oxide. Second is qualitative pollutants. These pollutants are not available in the environment, but these pollutants are deposited in the environment due to human interference such as insecticide, pesticide, fungicides and agrochemicals. Now the main source of polluted soil, I will step by step I will give the different polluted source. First is domestic waste, the waste which are deposited due to the cleaning of house such as dust particles, pieces of glass and plastic and coal, wood, dry leaves and kitchen waste. Municipal waste, after cleaning of city and town, the waste are deposited at disposed place such as human waste, animal waste, hospital waste, dead body of birds, animals. They come into municipal waste when they deposited in city for the landfilling. Mostly in rainy season, there is a seepage. The underground water table is polluted after decomposition of the waste. There is a release of the harmful gases which is polluted the soil, polluted the air, and these gases are very toxic. Now, third is industrial waste. Industrial waste are toxic, odd smells, and mixture of inactive substances such as plastic, rubber, metals, heavy metals like mercury, cadmium, lead, nickel, and arsenic. These pollutants are very harmful to soil health and also adversely affect the crops growth. Factory of NTPC, by this industry, large amount of arsenic, fluoride, sulfur dioxide gas releases in atmosphere and soils of the nearby soil become acidic. Aluminum, phosphate, acid, sulfate, phosphorus and chromium. Ceramic industries release a big amount of fluoride, which polluted soil as well as water. The influence of industries having nitrogen, phosphorus, potash, sulfur, along with organic and inorganic substances and heavy metals. The irrigation by industry. Now, tannery and textile effluents produced by tannery and textile industries and rich in BOD, and BOD means biological oxygen demand, COD means this chemical oxygen demand, and sodium and dissolved solid. The use of the effluent increase the EC, pH, acidity. The effluent tannery having high concentration of sodium, chloride, and this chromium, sulfate, calcium, and ammonium salts, and organic dyes. The use of the water for irrigation purposes increase the bulk density and decrease the pore space, which lead to the oxygen and supply in soil. Chemical fertilizer. Chemical fertilizer are used for the control. This chemical fertilizer play a vital role to pollute the soils. Basically, imbalanced use of fertilizer create hindrance in the availability of other plant nutrients. Use of high amount of nitrogenous fertilizer lead to the leads to the down nearby groundwater and contaminate the water with nitrogen oxide, which is a carcinogenesis of animal and human beings. When effluent contains 10 mg phenol and 2 to 300 mg inorganic nitrogen, the growth of algae is adversely affected. Pesticide. Pesticides are used for control of insect, this pest and diseases, also used for weed control. Due to sustainable residues after the pesticide, residues such as DDT, BSC persist in soils for longer period. Besides this, organic phosphate insecticide physis persist in soil for only 10 to 15 days. You just see the table. This is the main source of polluted soils. This heptachlor This is sort of the insecticide which residual effect in the soil is existing up to 9 years, and aldine and dialdine up to 9 years, and DDT 10 years, PSC benzene hexachloride 11 years, chlorine 12 years, duran 19 years, atrazine 18 months, and 2,4-D 14 to 30 days. Now, sewage and sludge. This is also a very important source of the pollutants. The domestic and industrial sewage and sludge containing toxic substances. These were used as a manure and irrigation of cropland nearby the domestic and industrial area. Sewage is liquid and sludge is solid portion in the sewage. When the sewage and sludge are used in agriculture without treatment, they adversely affect the quality of soil and growing crops. Organic waste in rural and urban area, so many organic waste are available, such as human and animal refuse, including garbage of paper products, animal blood, bone, fat, biogas slurry, organic residues, leaves, straw of crops, fruits and vegetable waste, coconut, lac, rubber, jute industry waste, textile and fly ash, sugar industries waste, paper mill waste. Means now these waste are not properly managed. They lead to pollute soil and environment in ancient period. Addition from yield manure in soil was a common practice to increase the crop yield. Domestic sewage and sludge. Waste of paper mill, press mud of sugar industries are being used as soil amendments. Deposition of organic matter on upper surface of soil prevent the soil erosion and also help to increase the physico-chemical properties of soil. Organic matter also this having the plant nutrients in small amounts. Organic waste disposal, rural and urban waste are used as a land filling to level the surface, and during rainfall there are leaching of toxic materials as subsurface soil, which lead toxicity in underground water. In anaerobic condition, the heavy metals are converted from mercury to methyl mercury, which pollute the soil and growing crops. After the decomposition, organic matters decomposition in the form of nitrate, which leaks down and pollute the underground water. Now next is acid rain. By combustion of auto vehicle fuel and chemical of industrial area, there is emission of gases such as carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, and nitrous oxide, and TEL tetraethyl lead, which mixed to atmosphere and form the acid with combustion of water. Main source of polluted soils, when there is carbon dioxide which mixed with water and form the carbonic acid, sulfur dioxide and sulfide in the combination of water form the sulfuric acid, and nitrous oxide when this react with the water form the nitric acid. So all these three acids, the carbonic acid, sulfuric acid and nitric acid, these gases exist in the atmosphere, change into acid rain and during rainfall. Acid rain is quite injurious to plants, animal, human being along with the buildings. Greenhouse effect. Greenhouse effect greenhouse effect जो है it has have been the ranging environmental and health effect the causes climate change by trapping heat, and they also contribute to respiratory diseases from smoke and air pollution. Extreme weather, food supply disruptive, and increased wildlife are other effects of climate and change by the greenhouse gases. I have just you see there is some main source of polluted soils, mostly the carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide. It is the source from the burning of coal, organic matter, fossils, petroleum, and wood burning. Nitrogen oxide, nitrous oxide, which is from the fertilizer and the animal waste decomposition. Methane, biogas decomposition on bacteria, rice cultivation. Chlorofluorocarbon, helps CLX, Helen's freeze and air condition, and fire extinguishers. Now, causes of formation of greenhouse. First is industrialization, deforestation, and automobile combustion, increasing temperature of earth and sea level. Now, radioactive rays, expulsion of radioactive substances and nuclear fusion. There is a release of neutron, proton, and electron, which of high temperature, which level the burning of vegetable cover, melting of metals, radioactivity, and explosion also release the strontium 90, which polluted the wastewater and air. Iodine 131 simulate the formation of thyroid and tumor. Ultraviolet rays affect the DNA, RNA, and protein, and cause the xeroderma pigmentation. This cesium 137 adversely affect the metabolic activities of human being. Now, effect of soil pollution. First, effect on animal and human being. The spread of several diseases, malaria, cholera, jaundice, hepatitis B, and fever due to microorganisms. Soil is polluted due to toxic effect of different waste accumulated in soil lead to the pollute the soil very badly. Foul smell of the industries waste in the atmosphere, which lead to the pollution. Effect of crop, detrimental effect in physical, chemical, and biological properties of soils. Pollutants adversely affect the seed germination and plant growth. Hindrance in soil aeration of proper supply of oxygen adversely affect the activity of beneficial microorganisms. Erosion of soil along with plant nutrients, unavailability of plant nutrients and water due to which plant growth is adversely affected. Effect on soil quality, mostly deficiency of plant nutrients, poor water holding capacity, continuous acidic and basic fertilizer lead to the formation of acid soils and saline alkaline soil. Very poor soil aeration, microorganism activities are adversely affected. Loss of the properties of soil due to deposition of toxic pollutant. Economic losses, prevent of polluted soil need to unnecessary mounting loss, heavy expenditure on control of insect and disease of polluted soils due to poor quality of produce, land by soil pollution, the loss of nutrition of the produce. Low yield of crop in the polluted soil create a monetary loss to the farmers. Now, how we will control or manage the polluted soil? One is burning of waste. Whatever the waste are available, they should be burned, and 80% of the burning is done in the waste, which can be sprayed on the soils, polluted soils. It increase the organic matter content and also increase the nutrient in the soil. Recycling of organic matter, whatever the organic waste are available, just like straw and wheat straw, you can spray on the land after harvesting, and you mix in the soil. They will increase the organic carbon in the soil. Land disposal, mostly whatever this pollutant are available in the domestic area or the municipal area, they are disposed for the land filling. And when land is leveled, then in rainy season, what happened? The water is seepage in the disposed area, and there is emission of toxic gases which adversely affect the water quality of the underground. Limited use of agrochemicals. It may be fertilizer, it may be insecticide, it may be herbicide. It should be used in a very lesser quantity and balanced way, so that they should not be detrimental to the crops and human beings. Decomposition of water inputs. Whatever the waste material or they should be converted into compost by native compost, by pit compost, and this effective drainage and water management system should also be created, so that reclamation of salinity and all can be done. Effective management of diseases prevail due to soil pollution, and for this this management should be in such a way that there should not be any detrimental effect on the soil, crop and human beings. Create public awareness for timely control of disease due to soil pollution. Awareness in public regarding this limit of the critical limit of the soil pollution from time to time. Effective collaboration with Environment Pollution Control Board to know the status of soil, water and air. Releasing of toxic elements, boron may be effective. Cultivation of sorghum, because this crop absorb more cobalt and nickel, and forest crops should be harvested at a stage then the concentration of toxic material is already low down. Now conclusion. Deposition of domestic soil is soul of our infinite microorganism. Soil is soul of our infinite life, of the base for the animal, human being and microorganism. Life, therefore, in order to control the soil pollution, the use of balanced agrochemicals, pesticide, etc. must be propagated. Disposal of domestic and industrial waste in a proper manner, so the waste can be converted into whether in the form of organic manure, in order to enrich the organic carbon in soil, in order to supply the plant nutrients. Burning of the crops residues must be avoided, and they should be used for recycling to enrich the organic matter content. Public awareness must be created to control the different types of soil pollution in collaboration with the Pollution Control Board at regional level. The learning outcome of today's this lecture is in the last, students could be quite competent to know the control and management practices for polluted soil and translate the same into their field with mass mobilization. I have taken the literature from different references. One book is Bedi NC 1995, The Nature and Properties of Soil, Prentice Sal of India Private Limited, New Delhi. B.N. Saha 2004, Fundamental of Soil Science, Kalyani Publishers, New Delhi. And another is Vishwas TD and Mukherjee AK 1994, Textbook of Soil Science, 10th edition, Tata McGraw-Hill Publishers Company Limited, New Delhi. Fundamental of Soil Science 2009, second edition, IR Publication, New Delhi. So it is your request that you go to the uploaded video and PPT and come with the question if there is any problem in this polluted soils about their management. You can ask in the webinar classes today, which is already scheduled to be held at 3:30 to 4:30 p.m. Thank you very much. वो ठीक नहीं हुआ, करेक्शन ठीक नहीं हुआ, वही जो पुराने वाले थे वही थे.